Hi all 15 subscribers, how you guys doing? Decided to start uploading videos on a more regular basis, and this is part of that. So anyways, uh, first off, I got Mountain Rose Herbs. I got a friend from Warren Nutrition here in Grand Rapids told me about it, and you could basically buy any herbs there, and there's information on folklore for what the herb is good for, and also more conventional recent stuff on what the herb is used for. I got some ephedra on its way, and I think by itself it was a very effective fat burner, and it's good for the lungs. And I don't know, it's just rare. It's a rare source. Some other things, the WGM is working. I did try some carbon rods with that. Just some arrows that I cut up, and that was conducting electricity pretty well. So I've got a place to get metals for online. It's like allmetals.com or something. Or just a second here. Yeah, or titanium. Yeah, I think it's all online metals. Got that, the ephedra. Yeah, work's been pretty good. I've been doing a lot of stuff out towards Holland lately. House calls, and I was just thinking about what is energy medicine and all these phase shifting, and I've been watching a lot of Michael Tessarian and Truth Frequency Radio, and a lot of really good stuff on there. It's probably like 90% good, and like some of it I think is junk still. But they talk about shifting, and that's what I see with biofeedback is constant shifting in people's energy. What they test for, what they react to. If it's a So the on-demand one I'm usually doing is I'm changing frequencies in a machine, and changes that pulse rate. So the tune basically just carries up higher and higher and higher, and all of a sudden you get a bump. You get a change in the arterial tension. We've hooked people up to vasculars at this doctor's office that I'm at. There's no change in blood flow or volume of blood flow or speed of blood flow. So you can't say that it's affecting the heart. It's not. It's just changing the arterial tension. That's using the biofeedback with the pulse electromagnetic fields, which still no one else is doing besides on-demand. With the WGM, that software that came in, I could run the WGM or the PFG off of that. I have to run the PFG if I want to do pulse electromagnetic fields of those things, because I don't have the audio attachment yet. Or I need a BNC to audio jack. Basically, is all that it is. It's like a $10 part, and I don't know. I ordered maybe one thing a week or something. Last week it was like 100 electrode pads or something for patients. But that's definitely in the works. Definitely going to make some more coils in the future, and all that stuff is just experimental. But the software is excellent that I got with the WGM. I could modulate frequencies using my touchpad driver on my laptop, which is just basically your cursor that you move around. I can set the range, so I can set the range from 1 to 10 hertz and hit maybe 100 different frequencies in there, with 0.1 hertz graduation, or else I can go, 2 to 10 million. And then where I get reactions, and this is all hypothetical, and I have to do this later this week. When I get a reaction, even if I set it from like 0.1 hertz to 10 million hertz, where I feel the greatest arterial tension change, the VAS response, then I could start to zero in and shrink that range in the software to where if it's at maybe 2 million, then I shrink the range from 1.5 million to 2.5 million. Just keep on getting smaller and more refined until I really isolate it. And I could step the frequency too to 50 hertz impulses, within that range. And it's gonna take so long to get a system down on that. As you can tell, there's a lot into it, and from it being this idea that's in my head to, when are we going to start treating people for this and recognizing that everything has a molecular resonance. That's what it's about. Vibrational medicine works because there's a molecular resonance, and the molecular resonance rises from that thing in science where in science class, everything I think is science, but even if it's still, it's moving. If it's a solid and you can't see it moving, it's still moving. And those particles, if it's above absolute zero, which is only found in space, I think it's theoretical. I don't think there's absolute zero either. But the molecule structures move, and as they move a little bit, they create a pitch. They create that vibration, and then you just need to find out what the vibration is to interact with it. Then obviously you have to find, not obviously, but I think, modulating the waveform from square to sine or rant or any variation of there, and power of amplitude that you're sending that into the body. That has to be pretty specific amplitudes. But it has to be the right frequency first, and then I think it has to be the right amplitude, and then time. I like, depending on the frequency, if it's 3 million hertz, 3 to 5 minutes or something, and anything else that's, quite far below that, like 600,000 hertz, maybe 6 minutes, and then for the audio range, like with on-demand suggested, a 12-minute, and that's 0.1 to 30,000, and that works pretty good most of the time. 12 minutes of one frequency will change the body enough to where it is changed, and you need to run a different frequency to interact with it, and or at least change the amplitude and the time. But thanks for the rant. If you have any questions, I can't talk about reported success stories, so I know a lot of you wanted to see that, say I had disease or condition, just the variable X. I was bitten by a horse and got horse flu or something, and then the on-demand fix me. I can't have testimonials, make medical claims or anything. But if you want to know what I'm doing, and if you want to know about pulse electromagnetic fields, just go to nasa.gov, and there's the best stuff on nasa.gov, and it says the electromagnetic spectrum can interact with everything, and it's just laid out. And because of molecular resonance, it'll work for everything. And then it's just using a reliable biofeedback method to come across, what you need to get you to the next level. Obviously, I don't think anyone's got the cure to anti-aging, and I don't think anyone. There's a lot of stuff. I saw stuff on the imploder, and this and that water, and with pulsed LED, I can make homeopathic frequencies. I've got frequencies for 40 different hormones, including the beloved and very chic and in right now and very popular human chorionic gonadotropin, the HCG. I've got that. It's like 6837. I put it on my Twitter, which is Jordy Reifman. I've got as many followers on there as I do subscribers on here, and my archery channel's got like 108 or something. It just shows you what's popular. I've told people for a long time that something like the on-demand, if health was as popular as entertainment, the on-demand would be as cheap as a television, and there'd definitely be sets in there. The on-demand would be like, oh God, like a 240 hertz. I don't know what the new technology is, the TVs. but thinner, uh, higher resolution. It'd be pretty much cream. It'd be pretty much the top, and then maybe like a DVD player or something like that would be a DVD TV combos, 10 inches. That would be the lower end, but they'd still be functional. They'd still do the job, and they'd still have some biofeedback component because that would just be standard. I hope that's what we're moving towards. You do the right energy medicine, and you're changed emotionally, and then hormones are affected, and you feel different physically, for the better. Um, that's where I like that LSA Pro. It'll tell you, yeah, this pulse rate changes you, but is it changing you for the better? Is it creating a positive coherence where the signal is undistorted and brings things? It looks like it's better aligned. Even when they're set out at different times, the frequency's better aligned uh, and comes back in the exact order that it was sent out. Or is it horribly mangled? Is it interacting with so many things that it would be detrimental, possibly, to someone's health in the slight ways? And that being said, we'll need things 1 minute. 60 hertz, maybe like an old 60 hertz TV is going to be good for you. And that's impossible for some people. So they say, oh, TV's bad. Cell phones are bad. It's like, well, what do you have? At one point at a time, it'll be good for you, and then it won't be good for you anymore. And that's the same with your vitamins too, I think. So when I start working at Warren, if you're in Grand Rapids, come see me. I should have some remote support coming up, and I have to discuss that with Zydo. And any questions? I'd love to make movies, but I got to know what you guys want. So let me know. Wish you guys the best, and that I can make this video for you.